Hi everyone, Happy New Year! Today I just wanted to focus on something that's more grounded in real politics rather than just making fun of Sneako or PragerU. Although I do have something to mention about the Sneako video I made and its reception at the end of this video, so stay until then if you're interested in that. I assume most people who are remotely interested in these types of videos are familiar with the upcoming Georgia runoff election, which is happening on the 5th of January, 2021. However, many people may not understand exactly what's happening or why. So let me explain what the runoff election is and why it's so important. The runoff election is something unique that the state of Georgia uses to decide who wins statewide elections. According to the state, candidate must not only win the most votes, they also must win at least 50% of the popular vote. Back in November, when the presidential elections were happening, neither candidate in either race reached this requirement. It was a pretty thin margin, but both Republican candidates got more votes. Now, however, the race will be run again on the 5th of January, and the way the other Senate races played out, there's a huge amount of weight that weighs on this runoff. There are 100 seats in the Senate, with 50 belonging to Republicans and 48 belonging to Democrats. So this race will determine where those last two seats go, and thus determine if Biden will be able to pass a lot of his legislation, including making cowboys a human right. Now, of course, it goes without saying that this is important if you care about Biden's policies being passed. However, another bonus that many people might forget, in a 50-50 Senate split, which is very possible, the vice president is the tiebreaker. In this case, it's Kamala Harris, which means that the feeble turtle of a man, Mitch McConnell, won't be the Senate Majority Leader anymore. Another thing to take into consideration is the future of our stimulus checks. The Senate is being filibustered by Bernie Sanders right now to hold a vote on the $2,000 stimulus bill. However, the stimulus checks could be passed a lot easier with a democratically held Senate. Finally, the fact that Georgia not only flipped in the presidential election, but now has the potential to be democratically represented in the Senate is absolutely historic and a huge victory for the Democrats. This sounds great and everything, but who are these candidates? Who are Ossoff and Warnock, and where are they politically? Well, you can find out either by reading their policy positions on their website, or through watching the channel Socialism Done Left debating Jack Allison.
They are not the same. They are not the same. They are not politically the same. Okay, Warnock has the history to back it up.
So you're reading off Twitch chat, right? They aren't the same, maybe on their history, but on policy, they're basically the same. Yeah.
No, they aren't. They are not. They are not.
Sure, can you name one policy they differ on?
Not important for me to do.
Okay, so
that Ossoff and Warnock do not differ on many major policy positions. So what are those policy positions? Ossoff and Warnock both support raising the minimum wage, more comprehensive COVID-19 measures including stimulus checks, and expanding the Affordable Care Act. However, they are also both against Medicare for All, the Green New Deal, and defunding the police. Now, it may seem obvious to you watching, but the reason why Ossoff and Warnock are both on the moderate side is because they are running in a conservative stronghold. I mean, we're talking about Georgia here. So any real chance of them winning is going to be by winning moderate Republicans over to their side. So now that we have an idea of what the runoff is, why it's important, and who the Democratic candidates are, what can we do to help? Even if you don't live in Georgia, there are a myriad of things that you can do. You can phone bank to help convince people to get out and vote. You can cure ballots that are otherwise invalid. You can donate, and you can tell anyone you know who lives in Georgia to get out and vote. Additionally, if you do live in Georgia, or live near Georgia and want to help out, there are so many things that you can do. You can do all of the things that I already mentioned, but you can also go out and canvass for the candidates. You can do this by joining different canvassing groups. I personally recommend Canvassing with Destiny, a political commentator who is canvassing this weekend, which is the last weekend to canvass by the way, and he has a great community of people who are super welcoming. In addition, he will pay for any lodging or hotels if you have to travel. They also have a carpooling system for people who may live far away, out of state, or just can't get a ride otherwise. He also has a donation link to fund all of these endeavors if you're interested. More info about all of this will be linked in the description. If you're even remotely interested, then I implore you to check this out. This could be one of the most important elections in contemporary American history that will define at least the first 2 years of Biden's presidency. Now that we have that out of the way, I would just like to say hello. And welcome to all the people who found my channel through Sneako and the video I made on him. I really wasn't expecting him to upload my expertly crafted thumbnail to his Twitter. But yeah, that happened, and apparently a lot of people found the video despite there not being a link to it. If any of you are watching, then thank you for those who left a like and a kind comment. It really does mean a lot to me. Don't get me wrong, the mean comments were fun to read too, but really, your kind words are super inspiring, and I appreciate all of you. Now, if you wouldn't mind repeating a few of those things, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, then that would be pretty poggers. Thanks. Happy New Year.